Hello and welcome back to the Entertainment Vortex and our new episode of Pop Culture News, your one-stop shop for all things Funko Pop. So, to keep up to date with all things Funko Pop, make sure you subscribe to this channel. We're going to start off like we always do with the things that are available now. These are things that we've announced in previous videos that you can get in stores as we speak. So we've got the Hot Topic exclusive Beetlejuice and Lydia Pops, which are now going to be very popular. We've got the Flash television line. The whole series for those are now available as well. We've got the Diamond Baymax from Big Hero 6. If you're a fan of that movie, this is a good one for you. We also have a Harry Potter box that's GameStop exclusive. And we talked about this briefly, but we didn't have a lot of details on this one. So I'm going to let you go into some details on this one.
The Harry Potter themed box is actually going to be somewhat shaped like a car from the Hogwarts Express. You'll see a little shadow silhouette of Ron, Harry, and Hermione, and I believe Hedwig as well inside of the car. We talked about some of the insides of this box in a rumor section several weeks ago. Now, we talked about the potential of there being a Sirius Black in his Azkaban robes with his booking number in front of him, and that there was also going to be a color variant Chase as well. This is actually part of that mystery box, so you have the potential to either get the standard coloring or the black and white variant coloring Chase, along with some other, little trinkets and goodies in there, I believe from it's either Dorbs or one of the other Funko products. I believe there's some plush stuff in there as well. So if that's something that interests you, definitely go out and pick that up. They're going to be at GameStops everywhere until they run out.
Okay, so now we're going to jump into our announcement section. These are things that are officially announced by Funko that we've got coming soon. First off, we'll jump right back into NYCC. If you missed our last episode where we broke down all of the tons of NYCC exclusives, I highly suggest taking a look at that. We'll make sure we link that at the end of this video and in the description below. But here are some of the new stuff that they've announced. So first off, we've got Game of Thrones. No surprise there. They've always got some type of Game of Thrones at these conventions. First one's going to be a very unique one, though. It's actually George R.R. Martin, the author, along with two of the showrunners in a 3-pack. Very interesting. Next up, we've got Beric Dondarrion with his flaming sword. Very cool.
So the next up on the list is going to be Harry Potter themed. We have Hermione with the sorting hat. We also have Professor Quirrell, and he has a removable headpiece, and he has Voldemort on the back of his head. Oh. That one is super interesting. I definitely would be interested in picking that up once it goes to a wider release. And the last thing from the Harry Potter universe is going to be one of the creatures from The Crimes of Grindelwald that will be coming out later this year. It's kind of like an owl leaf type creature. It almost looks like a Pokemon. So if you're into 7th gen Pokemon and you're also into Harry Potter, this one's probably for you.
So next up, last but not least, there are some Scott Pilgrim Pops. If you are someone that collects Scott Pilgrim Pops like me, you know that they're always exclusive to conventions, making it one of the hardest series to get. But we've got a Knives Chow inside one of the cereal boxes. So you get the cereal box with the mini pop inside. This is going to be her with the half blue, half black hair. And then the second one that's coming out for this convention is going to be the Katayanagi twins. Of course, one of the evil exes.
So moving past the NYCC stuff, the next thing that's on regular announcement is going to be coming out in October. It's going to be an entire line around Die Hard. Now, we talked about this in the rumor section several weeks ago. It's been something that's kind of been popping up on lists even since early this year, I think. But these are now officially confirmed. They are coming. They look absolutely amazing. I'm really excited about these ones.
Next up on the list is going to be no surprise to anybody. It's going to be coming in October, a full line surrounding Alita Battle Angel, which of course is an upcoming film.
So the next up on the list is going to be another sports line. This one is going to be around Premier League, so it's going to be a few of the teams from the Premier League in England. This one isn't an entire line that encompasses every single team, just a few of the more popular ones. I'm sure there will be more coming. It was how they did things with the NHL, with the NFL, with the MLB. So you'll get all of the pops you're looking for if this is something that you're into.
Next up on the list is going to be more Cuphead. So Cuphead Series 2 coming this fall. If you're a fan of this game, you are definitely getting a lot to collect, that's for sure.
So next up on the list is going to be more Game of Thrones pops. So alongside the ones that are coming out for NYCC, there's going to be another small line that will kind of fill in some of the gaps with some leftover characters. You have Gendry and some other characters that are more ancillary characters that aren't necessarily your main characters, but do provide that extra lore as well. So keep an eye out for those if there's something that you're interested in. They will be coming out kind of sporadically throughout the fall.
So next up on the list is going to be one that's coming out soon. We don't have an actual time or date for this one, but it does say soon. It's going to be Gamer Mickey. This is a very interesting one. It's literally Mickey Mouse with a backwards hat and a game controller. Neat concept. I'm all for it. I don't really associate Mickey with gaming, but I could definitely see picking this one up. So
Hey, Kingdom Hearts, Epic Mickey, Castle of Illusion. That one's a throwback.
No, he's in games. I just don't associate him as a gamer. I don't think I've ever seen him playing games, but he's definitely in games. Kingdom Hearts is some of the greatest games out there.
So the last announcement for this week is going to be a color variant for the Jim Lee Batman from Hush that was released earlier this year. So this one's going to be more of a darker toned color variant. That one is going to be available, I believe pre-orders start any day now, but it will actually be available in January.
So of course, this is where we're going to talk about, from the announcement section, what it is we're excited about. Scott Pilgrim, I want both of those pops. Like, just hands down, no question, I want both of those pops. I also want one from the available now section. I want that Harry Potter box with the Sirius Black with his Azkaban stuff. That's super cool as well. There's a lot of really great stuff getting announced lately, and a lot of the NYCC stuff is really something to get excited about as well, as always. How about yourself?
I'm really stoked about all of the Game of Thrones stuff that's coming out. I really, really hope that the wide release things that we'll get from NYCC will also have some of that Scott Pilgrim stuff as well, because it's just a kick in the pants. I've never been to NYCC. I've never been to NYC to start with, so it's a little bit of a far stretch to try to get out there to try to get a Scott Pilgrim pop, but I really, really want these to get a little more acclaim, because that movie is excellent. The graphic novels they're based on are also excellent. I would really love to be able to pick these up.
So next we're going to move on to our rumors section. These, of course, are things that we've seen announced in different places, but not officially by Funko. So take these with a grain of salt, although pretty good track record on these so far. So first up, it's going to be from the Hot Topic Periscope call, somewhere that we've gotten a lot of really good information from. We've got a Diamond Mulan, we've got a Flashpoint Superman, we've got a metallic Pennywise, as well as Chucky on cart.
Yeah, this one actually has a photo. The rest of them don't have photos up to this point, but the one for Chucky, it's a very blurry photo because I'm assuming it was something that somebody screen grabbed in the middle of the Periscope call, but it looks interesting. If you're into that type of horror film, then this is right up your alley. It's definitely got that Chucky feel to it. Chucky's a little outside of my wheelhouse. I'm not a super big fan. They don't seem to know how to pick a tone, and that really bothers me. But if you're interested, they're supposed to be available here relatively soon, probably just in time for Halloween. So next up on the list is going to be a Chef Pop from South Park. But on the back of that box, they have an entire line listed. It looks like they've got Cartman, Kyle, they've got Mr. Hanky, they've got all these different characters. It's definitely a good thing that we're starting to see more South Park coming out. I believe they tried to do it at one point in time and they didn't turn out that great. It looks like for some of them they've kind of got that worked out, got those kinks fixed a little bit. There are a couple that still have that weird buggy eye look that just doesn't work for those characters. It makes them look weirder than they should. It looks like they're going to get an entire line, so we'll see how these look in person as well.
So next up on the list, we've got a rumor for a upcoming mystery box. It's going to be all surrounding Batman 66. So of course the Adam West Batman with the pow and the boom and the zip and all that great stuff.
So next up on the list, we have some more shots and some first looks at some of the Kingdom Hearts 3 pops. We've seen a couple of small images and some art around the Monsters, Inc. world characters. We actually have photos of the actual box art and the characters inside of the boxes as well. These look incredible. I'm really excited to see how this all turns out in pop form and in video game form. I'm ready for it.
So next up on the list, we've got a teaser for a pop from the Summoner's War mobile game. Very surprising to me. I know we've done like Contest of Champions, but I mean, that was Marvel. So seeing Summoner's War possibly getting a line of pops, that's pretty cool. I mean, it's a huge game, so not too surprising. I mean, it's got a whole esports thing going on its own, so very cool.
If there's a fandom, they'll get a pop.
Yeah.
So next up on the list is going to be a list of potential releases around Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super. There are a few different things: Ultra Instinct Goku, Super Saiyan 3 Goku. There's all kinds of stuff on this list. It'll be up on screen. But if you're excited about these, keep an eye out. They potentially may be coming out by the end of the year, so just keep an eye out for them.
So next up on the list is going to be an interesting one from Marvel. It's going to be Doctor Strange as Ghost Rider. I assume this happened at some point in the comic books. I'm not entirely sure. There you go.
So next one up on the list is going to be a gold Bruce Lee. Now, we heard that this may potentially be coming down the pipeline in previous rumor section, but we actually now have a photo of it, so this is just a little more concrete for that one.
Next up on the list, we've got another one from the Into the Spider-Verse. If you watched our episode last week, you know that we had some rumor section for some of these already. But this one specifically is Green Goblin. Looking at the back of the box from last week, we saw Green Goblin, but we got a better look this time.
So next up on the list is going to be another one of the Spider-Man Walgreens combination pops. This one is Spider-Man in a ride of the Spider-Mobile. Don't know if this one actually exists, but the pop itself looks interesting enough. But Spider-Mobile? The whole point of Spider-Man is that he swings around.
Yeah, sometimes you need a ride. Rest your feet and your arms, I guess. Next up on the list is going to be some Power Armor exclusive to Best Buy coming from the new Fallout game.
It's going to actually be in that Best Buy blue tone color. I don't know if it's going to have any correlation at all with Fallout 76 or with the release of Fallout 76, but just keep an eye out for it. It might end up being something where you can get it in an exclusive bundle similar to the one that we talked about a few weeks ago from more of a small shop. So the last one on our rumor section for this week is going to be a better look at that entire line of Fortnite pops, because we have one that was announced for NYCC. This is going to actually be what the full line is going to look like, different skins and all that other good stuff. If you're into Fortnite, this is going to be something you're going to want to check out.
This is going to be a popular line, that's for sure. So now we're going to move on to our haul section. This, of course, is where we talk about what we picked up personally in the last week in the line of Funko Pops. I didn't actually get anything this week, but I know you did. What'd you pick up?
So I actually have 3 things that I picked up this week. One of them is going to be from the second series Friends line. It's Chandler Bing with his Flock of Seagulls haircut from the 80s flashbacks. One of my favorite parts of that entire series. This pop was definitely one that was on my list. I'm still looking for that Joey Tribbiani with all of Chandler's clothes, but I will definitely find that one at some point in time. This one is pretty great. Also started working on collecting some of the Doug pops. Picked up Patty Mayonnaise. She was hanging out at Box Lunch, so I went ahead and grabbed that one. The last one's the one that I'm the most excited about, and you'll get a little more information in a different video, but it's going to be the horror-themed box from Hot Topic. We've been talking about it for a couple of weeks. The insides of this box, I've heard, are pretty excellent, so I'm really excited to open this up.
So we're going to do an unboxing video for that, so make sure you check the description down below for the link on that so you can see exactly what lies inside. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. We give you multiple videos every single week. And we have t-shirts available if you're interested in those as well. Those are available down in the description below. We hope you'll follow us into the Vortex. We'll see you next time.